Good afternoon, it's Graham Healy, and what I'm talking to you about today is the 12-week transformational challenge. Now, I'm going to advertise that from the 1st of July this year, 2023, and I will have Healy's Back to Basics DVDs. That'll be all on the website, broken down into training sections. And also we'll have, I don't know whether you can see that, the ultimate stretching system. Now, there were some DVDs I did some time ago, and what I'm promoting this time is that you can do the 12-week challenge with only one training session a week. Now, how can you do that? Well, just a little bit of background, my background. I've got a med science degree. Plus, I've got all the fitness qualifications. I've got all the diplomas in fitness. I'm a qualified TAF teacher. And I was the Body for Life coach for Bill Phillips in Queensland in the year 2000. So I did quite a lot of transformational challenges then. And so I understand the system. Plus, I did have a Nautilus gym in Townsville in between 1985 and 93, for about 5 years. So I understand high intensity training. Also, I'm a previous Olympic weightlifter, Queensland titles, 1976 under Olympian coach, 2 times Olympian Neville Perry. Now, regarding one training session a week. Now, see, the thing is these days, people are all disjointed. They're busy and they've got subcontract work. They're all over the place. So what I've found, and I'm still training to this day, I've found that if you do one integrated training session a week, provided it's intense enough, that training session, you'll need a full week to recover from it. Okay. Now, that's not to say you can't do other stuff like walking, stretching especially. I've got a whole section on stretching. So this is the system. One overall session a week, and you'll have a look on the website. I've got, several options there, whether you can do, as I'm a martial arts master as well, former boxer. My father was Queensland state champion. So I've got a systematic bag workout that you can do. You can do basic kicks, and I'll show you how to do that virtually. You can do an overall weight circuit. I prefer the Nautilus equipment, but if you haven't got that available, I can take you through other equipment and why to use it and how to use it properly. And because I've done a med science degree in chiropractic, I'm very well versed in self-adjusting stretching systems. So the stretching I teach you will actually self-adjust the spine and thoracic area and all this sort of thing. So I use it myself to keep myself maintained. Now, the one session a week. Now, people say to me, "Oh, that's ridiculous. That's not enough." Believe you me, I've run many workshops where I'm the person actually training others. And sometimes those workshops will go for about 3 hours, but really could concentrate it down to an hour if you're doing it on your own. And I find that the system is really takes a full 4, 3, 4, maybe 5 days to recover properly. I'm talking about intense training, right? So when I say intense training, that's relevant to you. If you're an Olympic athlete, your intense training will be up a lot higher than someone who's just a housewife or just an office worker. So it's all relevant to you. Now, I've got all the programming sorted out, as you'll see on the website. But if you can commit to one training session a week, I guarantee you will get results. Now, the other big factor is you will not get results as far as weight loss or body fat loss and all the rest of it is concerned unless you run a very, very, I won't say strict, but very practical, low carb basically a ketosis style diet, where you drop your carbs down, keep your proteins high, drop the sugars and all this sort of stuff. So I've got all that worked out for you as well. And if you maintain that sort of diet, also I've got the vegan options. If you follow that plan, you will start losing weight without trying to train it off. Now, a lot of people think that training in itself burns body fat. Well, I'm here to tell you that the body fat it burns is very, very minor. So when you're training, especially when you're doing high intensity training, the body fat you're actually burning, really you're not burning much body fat at all. What you're doing is burning chemical energy, androgen triphosphate, etc. So what happens after the workout, the metabolism is raised for 8 to 10 hours afterwards, and that's when you burn body fat. The time when you burn body fat is actually at rest. Now, as I'm talking to you now, my system is burning 100% body fat. As soon as I start exercising, that chemical change varies. It then goes to chemical, androgen triphosphates and what have you. And the aerobic factor, which is burning body fat, drops down. So as an example, 1 kilo of body fat is 7,700 calories. Now you divide that by the average workout, which is about 300 calories for about 40 minutes, and you get 25 hours of work. Now just repeat that. 1 kilo of body fat is 7,700 calories. The average workout, about 40 minutes worth, is about 300 calories. You divide 300 into 7,700 and you wind up getting about 25 hours of work. So in other words, if you're a bricklayer and you're working, lifting bricks and everything all day, what's that, 25 hours, say 5 days a week, 5 5s are 25, doing that for 5 hours a day, and your diet remains stable, you will probably lose about 1 kilo of body fat over a week. Now, if you're trying to think that you're in an office and you're eating all sorts of rubbish, and then you're going to do a workout that's going to burn body fat, well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't burn anything. It might stimulate your system a little bit, but you won't be burning much body fat at all. So it's a bit of an illusion, really. It's all in the diet. So if you do what I suggest is this. People are busy. You can get in 1 workout a week, but better make that one count, right? And during the week, I suggest stretching. You could go for a walk, what have you. So in my case, what I do that exact system where I can switch it from bag work to martial arts to weights and all this sort of stuff. And I'll go through that. So I hit a fairly intense workout, maybe on a Sunday, go for about an hour, and then boom, that's it. And then it takes me almost a week to recover. Now, in saying that, even in the old bodybuilding days where you had one of the bodybuilders I followed with great interest was Dorian Yates, 8 or 9 times Mr. Olympia. Of course, they're all on drugs, those guys, but the principles are correct, right? So naturals can do the same, and you can have a look at the transformational challenges I've got on the website, where you see one particular guy in the middle, Michael, in 12 weeks, he just totally transformed himself doing the same system. Now, Yates himself, you check this out, Dorian Yates used the Nautilus-style system, high intensity, and he only trained for 40 minutes 3 times a week to be Mr. Olympia. 40 minutes 3 times a week, sometimes 4, but it was a minor body part. So if a person like Dorian Yates can become Mr. Olympia on 3 40-minute workouts a week, and of course they're on steroids so they recover quicker, the natural really doesn't need 3. He can get away with 2 or even 1. So if you're not training to be the next Mr. Olympia, one workout a week is going to work fine for you if you keep a strict nutrition program, which we can provide for you. I've tried and tested that over a period of time, plus certain supplements that'll help you. And when we talk about the ketone diet, what that means is that when you drop your carbs down low, the body is forced to burn fat. It will, because you're not providing carbs in the bloodstream, or not much, it's forced to burn body fat through the liver and what have you. So the only problem is that people who've spoken to me about, they can't stick to the ketosis type diet, I ask them immediately what fats are they eating, consuming, because the fats have to be relatively high. Now, when we talk about fats, we're going to talk about hemp seed oil, MCT oils, which is fractionalized coconut oils, and they will supply a lot of energy, and they will allow you to not feel hungry, etc., etc. So, okay, now what's in this 12-week challenge, where I'll instruct you online what's it all about. Okay, what you get, I've decided that $80 a week is what I'm going to charge. Okay, now you can go down to any trainer, and they could be just out of high school, and they will charge you $80 for half an hour. So $80 a week, and you'll get all that intellectual property that I'm talking about. You'll also have one Zoom session with me for an hour per week. And then I'll work out workshops as well if you're in the local area in Brisbane. But I'll provide a program for you. And in that Zoom session, we'll do Q&A so you understand how to do the diets, how to do the supplements, why they work, why they don't work, what ones to use, all this sort of thing. And if you're vegan or vegetarian, I'll provide the options there for you as well to keep your system healthy and, body fat low and maintain your muscle. That's very important. So that's Graham Healy, over and out. And I'll advertise this beginning of July. So I'll probably advertise that during June. And then hopefully we'll, get maybe 10 or 20 people onto the program. And I'll have a special website which is connected all the ultimate stretching, how to do the weights training. And if you're at a gym, you can apply this to your whatever gym you're at, because there's a gym on every corner of the street these days. But what's not there is the advice from an experienced coach like myself. So you can apply the programs that I work out for you in any gym, right? It's all the stuff's generic. I mean, leg press, leg curl, lat pull downs are all the same everywhere. If you fortunately got a Nautilus gym, which you may have access to, well, you can do a few extras there. Okay, that's Graham Healy, over and out, and we will advertise the 12-week transformational challenge based on one solid workout a week. And you mightn't believe that, but I'm telling you, that's exactly what I do. And you can do that. You can achieve it. And it just takes a little while for you to break in. But if your goal is to just keep toned up and lose body fat, the key is the diet. 90% of it's your diet, and we will go through that with you. And before you start, what we recommend is you do get a blood test, and then you get a copy of that blood test, and with your permission, we have a look at it to make certain everything's above board and you haven't got any issues. And also just check with your GP. I mean, that's what we recommend, but a lot of the GPs don't know much about doing exercise. Some may, some won't, but just check with your GP to say, look, I'm going to do an exercise program and, lose weight and all the rest of it, and just get there okay. But the important thing is to get a blood test, and so that you can see and get a copy of it so that you can see if there's any deficits in that, in the blood test. So that'll usually pick up anything that needs to be picked up. Okay, it's Graham Healy over and out. Hope that helps, and we'll be hearing from you very shortly. Have a good day.